Alrighty, so are you all ready to begin?
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Alrighty, so hello everyone, welcome to the Sonic Polaris panel. This is going to be a Q&A with the people behind a fan-made SatAM audio drama. So I'm going to let everyone here introduce themselves and what their role was on the project. Why don't we start? Yeah, we can start with you, Noah and Geeky Sonic, and then we can go to the VAs.
You can start at Geeky Sonic.
Okay. Well, hi, my name is Garrett. I am the writer and director of Polaris, and well, that's about it. Take it away, Noah.
Hey, I am Noah, aka YoshiToast13. I help out with the audio editing and adding music, and I'll be voicing Tails for the next part coming up.
We'll go in this order. Anjo, Doom, Sydney, and then Cashlin.
Hi, I'm Anjo, and I play computer Nicole.
Oh,
Wait,
go
what?
ahead, Doom. Yeah,
Oh.
go ahead, Doom.
Okay. Y'all know me, I'm Doom the Meme Queen, but for this project, I play the role as young Sally in this project. So, I'm awkward.
Hi, I'm Sydney Paige, or Blue Moon 88, and I play young Nicole.
Well, I'm Cashlin Snow, and in this project, I play adult Sally.
So, starting with you, Noah, and Geeky Sonic, how did this whole project get started? What was the idea behind it, and how did you come up with the name Sonic Polaris? I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Yeah, you got it. Polaris actually started as a fan fiction that I wrote for a Sonic the Hedgehog 30th anniversary contest. It was a little different than the episodes that are currently airing on YouTube because I rewrote it a little bit, but it came to be because it's based on Ben Hurst's notes for the unmade SatAM Season 3 / movie that never got off the ground. And I wanted to tell Nicole's backstory because Nicole is my personal favorite character, and I just felt like more people should know about it. So I just asked Noah, hey, you want to make an audio drama? And he was like, sure.
Yep. I was happy to hook up, so yeah, I'm glad to be able to be a part of the project, helping audio editing. It was fun making it.
Oh, today, how did you come up with the name Sonic Polaris?
Polaris, yeah. That was a bit of a mystery actually, because I don't know why I specifically chose the name Polaris. I just going into this, I knew that I wanted there to be a bit of a focus on Nicole's fascination with astronomy, because that was part of her character in the Archie comics. You know, she likes to stargaze. That worked its way into my characterization of Nicole, and at some point I just realized this story is about her, that it needs to connect to her somehow. And Polaris is the name of the North Star, I believe. So I worked that into the story to sort of make it all revolve around Nicole.
Yeah.
Yeah, very interesting that you chose Nicole to give a backstory on. We don't, at least as far as I recall, we don't really know a whole lot about her, unless somebody wishes to correct me on that, since I didn't quite go up with the Archie comics, so to say.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Since this was based off of a story that you wrote for a fan fiction, what was the idea like behind the story itself? Like, how did you come up with the story itself? Were there like any inspirations or anything?
It's actually based directly on Ben Hurst's notes, but only with with minor creative changes, because I felt like some ideas needed to be expanded upon or tweaked a little bit. Other than a few minor additions that I made, mostly in part 3 and the epilogue, it's mostly just a by the book adaptation.
So, what is the process like of putting an episode together for this project?
Let's see. Well, sometimes I have to be in calls with Geeky because I want to make sure the audio is good and such. And Geeky also sends me the sound effects, what he needs for the audio, pretty much.
Yeah.
And,
After we get the lines for the VAs, I go through and select the takes that I think fit together the best. Well, that's what I'm supposed to do. I didn't do a very good job of that in part 1.
hey, that's
As Noah
alright,
probably
man.
remembers.
It's alright, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
We all have our flaws.
Yeah, but we're much more organized now.
Yeah.
Were there any particular scenes that really stood out? Not just to you two, Nicole and Geeky Sonic, but to the rest of the VAs as well. I could start with you, Nicole and Geeky Sonic, and then we can ask the VAs.
Okay. Do you want to go first, Noah?
All right. I had to say my favorite one is at part 2 where at night younger Sally and Nicole were still stargazing, and they did talk about Nicole's father being sick at the time, and it's like, oh shoot, that's really sad about that, and so really emotional and such. But yeah, that's one of the scenes I and the music I Kiki recommend to use. I really like that.
Yeah. My favorite, I'd say, is a toss-up between the moment in part 1 where in this like blind fit of rage and grief, young Sally hurls Nicole's computer at the wall. That was that felt a little harsh to write.
I remember that.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's a toss-up between that and a scene upcoming in part 3 between Sally and Bunny. That Cashlin really did such an excellent job, and it was really hard to listen to.
Talking about that really emotional scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was that's the scene I guess I could say looking forward to the most. Like I am, and I'm not, because the story behind that was, my father passed away in April, and I got the script for that episode around that time, and Geeky was all concerned about, like, when I got to that script, like, let him know if I'd be okay and stuff like that. And I was like, I'm sure I'll be fine. So when I was reading through it, just the way that the scene was, I cried and cried and cried so much. And it was like, whenever that comes out and you guys listen to that, that's kind of not acting. That's kind of legit. I was just crying and crying because I was grieving about my father when I was doing that whole scene. So
We're very sorry for your loss, Cashlin.
Yeah,
thanks.
I'm really sorry.
So I appreciated him being like, if you're not okay, let me know. Thanks.
How about you, Anjo, Doom, and Sydney? Were there any particular scenes that really stood out to you?
I'm a sucker for really good voice acting, so the whole bit where young Nicole realized what's happened to her, I just it shook me, because Sydney's voice acting there was just incredible. You
so nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I definitely want to get into that particular scene when it gets over to my end. But how about you, Doom?
You mean like my favorite part in like the audio drama?
Yeah.
So, okay. Somewhere like the scene where Robotnik was like doing like this torture thing with Nicole, and like it's just the way that Sortie nailed that. I'm just all like, oh my god, I felt that.
Oh yeah, let's not forget Sortie. He was
Sortie
part of
nailed it.
this project too.
Like Sydney and Sortie, like the way like they are as those characters when they interacted like that, I'm just all like, oh my gosh, I felt that.
You can feel
Yeah.
that scene. That
Like
scene
it was
is, like,
that good.
holy
It was
cow.
that good.
Oh gosh, that's too hard. The cast is amazing. I have to give a shout out to Doom. The scene where young Sally throws the computer. I was like, whoa, that hit hard. I loved how Doom did that scene. Just so great. And Anjo and Cashlin and the whole other cast, I could go on and on. They're just incredible. Um, I think my favorite scene to perform probably was the torture scene.
Oh yeah.
I want to go back to that particular scene because it just the way it was acted really personally stood out to me, especially the raw emotions and that you can really feel for the character. Like, what was it like doing that scene, especially just the emotional part of the voice acting and that scene too.
So, and Kiki and Noah, feel free to jump in. So, when I got the script, I saw that there was a torture scene in it, and so I thought, okay, I'm gonna just give some torture efforts in there. And so I looked at different references of torture scenes and how different actors handled it. And what I gathered from that was that torture is not a physical feat. It's an emotional. Your goal when you're torturing someone is to get them on their knees emotionally. And so tying that back to Nicole, who's just a child, what does a child want when they're in need? And they want their parents. And so when I was doing that scene, I did some ad libs of her calling for her mom. And then shout out to my parents. They were in a house when I did this scream. And then I just decided for the scream to do just this ugly, nothing aesthetic about this scream her torture scream. I didn't want it aesthetic, I wanted it ugly, I wanted it raw. And I just remember walking out of the closet just like exhausted, but I love it. I love scenes like this where I get opportunities to push my acting skills to the next level. So Kiki and Noah, you all are amazing, so thank you for
I
that
have to say,
opportunity.
it was so crazy from audio editing that you did that scream.
Absolutely, yeah. When I got the file from Sydney, it was the raw session, and like it was just 10-15 minutes straight of screaming, and I was like, oh my god, are you okay?
It was I loved doing that. I love doing scenes like that. If I could do torture scenes for the rest of my life, I'm good.
I mean, I know Shot AM isn't all sunshine and rainbow, but that takes it to a whole new level, so to say. But yeah, the acting part in that particular scene, in my view, was just so well done, and just gave the audience a real feel for what the character is going through.
Thank you.
Now let me play a little clip from part 2, the other scene that you were mentioning.
Yeah, that's another scene I enjoyed.
Oh, and feel free to ping me when to stop, by the way.
Okay.
I value my freedom, and I almost lost it. Robotnik tried to turn me into a weapon. He got the worst kind. I may not be what he wanted, but this power is dangerous. so no one should have it. If I use it, I will inevitably fulfill his vision. I will become his greatest weapon.
And I am not a weapon.
If you value your freedom, then it's better to undo this as quickly as possible.
But now that I think back on it, my whole plan was guided entirely by fear. I feared what Robotnik was capable of doing to me. That any person on Mobius could do what he did with a smile on their face. It scared me. But what I might have done in retaliation terrified me. Maybe if I had known about his plan to overthrow the king, perhaps I would have intervened. But he ruined me. In a matter of minutes, my life was destroyed. He had taken my faith in the goodness of people and dashed it on the ground. My very soul has been whipped and bound, disassociated from the world and unable to free itself from the silent vacuum of a hellish, unliving void. Deep down, I'm still just a child. A child that still burns from betrayal. A child that is frankly all too aware that she could still seize what little remains on this planet.
Alright, so what happens now?
Now I must ask you for help. If something isn't done about me soon, I will inevitably slip up and invade the minds of people around me.
Well, that's hero time calling. How can I help?
First, we are going to need a shovel.
Alright, stop.
So I will say this: that particular song from Sonic X really added to the scene, and in my view, and I'm curious, like, why that particular piece in general for that scene?
Do you want to take this one, Noah?
Yeah. Well, we were trying to think of something something emotional, kind of theme like Nicole has been going through. So I just thought of this idea of giving this music for the scene. It would be very soothing to use.
Yeah, I will say though, really quick, that wasn't actually the music that we used initially.
Yeah.
In addition to the sound effects, I go ahead and pick all the music beforehand, so that just so that we have it when we start editing. Initially, a reorchestrated version of Starlight Zone was playing in that scene, and it still is heard in the audio drama. It was just cut down a little bit because it went on too long, and it shifted from this fairly simple, plain speak sort of scene into Sydney's very emotional monologue. In the background, you just hear this really peppy, bright, happy music, and I was like, "Uh-oh."
Yeah.
And so Noah was like, "All right, are we ready to render this?" And I was like, "Oh, hold on, we got to change this. This isn't working."
Oh yeah.
and then just like immediately, like that, Noah was like, "I have the perfect music."
Yeah, I love using the Sonic X Japanese soundtrack a lot. Most of my stuff. It has some good music to use.
Were there any particular scenes that you wanted to do or wanted to add in, but did not get the chance to do so for any particular reason?
No, I was completely fine with it.
I actually had quite a lot that I had to cut because there's just so much that wouldn't fit within the pacing of the story that I'm trying to tell. Stuff that I felt would have been great for context. Like, it would have been more towards the epilogue, I want to say, but this isn't technically spoilers, so I wanted to say one idea I wanted to expound upon was, sorry to say this, Sydney, Nicole's parents being dead. I wanted to work that in somehow.
Oh.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't find a way to fit that in naturally.
So there is a part 3 that's going to be coming out. Is there anything you would like to talk about from that?
Let me see. Well, I'll leave it up to the rest of you because I'm very peculiar about my own work. I feel like I could nitpick it more than talk about things that I'm excited for.
That's understandable. Let's see. I did record for part 3. I did read through the rest of the script, and it was kind of cool to see Lupe was in there too. So was into the story. I'm sorry, I'm really lost in words. So
It's okay.
Oh my god, spoilers. Spoilers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Doom, Sydney, and Cashlin all have parts in part 3. So if there's
Yeah.
anything you want to talk about, feel free.
Yeah, you guys can. I'm kind of out of words here, so sorry for some silence going on with me.
Yeah, I mean, I could just talk about like what my perception was of the project before I really got into it, and then like how that changed and stuff. Because
Oh, that'd be interesting to hear.
so like I didn't know any of this about it was originally like a story, or it was originally based off of Ben Hurst's movie idea. Like I didn't know any of that, so I went off of just the way the casting call sounded, and it sounded really good. So in my mind, I was just thinking, oh, I know Geeky Sonic a little bit. I see them around, I've heard really good things about them, and I know that Noah has also been working on like really high quality content and stuff like that. So I had this like high confidence that whatever it was going to be, it was going to be pretty good. So I thought, I want to get in on this, which obviously I succeeded, yay me. And it was just like when I got the scripts and I was like starting to read those, I was like, oh, this is actually like a really good, like emotionally intense story, because we read a lot of scripts because we're all in a lot of projects, and not to sound negative for anybody, but there's always quite a few scripts for stories that I read at least, and I think, yeah, this is all right, it's fun, it's whatever, and it doesn't really make a strong impression. And then every now and then they come across something like this one, I go, oh, well, this is very well thought out. Obviously, it's definitely a passion project. I can just feel that reading this. And it was a deeper kind of a story, and like how Sydney was alluding to, like giving it your all and really enjoying those scripts and those roles where more is required of you. I really enjoyed those too. So this one, I was like, there's a lot of lines to do here, and there's scenes that are more advanced to do, and I highly enjoy those. So, I mean, it was super simple. It was like you just get the scripts and you self-direct and you submit, and Garrett was very easy to work with. So I was like, I'm so happy I got to be part of this. And but outside that, like, that's all that my involvement has been. By the way, the art is just great. Whoever you have doing the art for the covers has just been, that's great art.
I have to agree. Who did the art for the cover, by the way? I'm curious.
I got different artists for each part. Part 1 was actually an artist mutual of mine on Twitter, tvict101. Part 2 was a bit trickier. I asked another artist that I saw. I saw their art, and I was like, "This looks pretty good. I like their style." So I said, "Hey, can you draw Sonic like this?" And he's like, "Sure." And then I just got a blank PNG of Sonic, and I was like, "Okay, that's not gonna be a good cover on its own." So a coworker of mine has a cousin who does art, and so I asked them to draw a background, and they're like, "Sure, yeah." And so part two is made. The part two cover art was made. The Sonic was drawn by Gray Skulls, and the background was drawn by Abyssal Owls. And part three is coming up. That was drawn by Synthetic Ghost.
Okay. How about you, Doom and Sydney? Since it was said that you two are in part three. Was there any particular thing you would like to say about part three?
Go ahead, Doom.
Wait, what? Oh. Honestly, like, I don't know, because like I know the role I have is just like in all three parts, but it can be like a little small, so I'm just still like, I'm just reading all this and I'm just still like, okay. And oh, there, so this is what I have to read. Sometimes I just like I don't know like what to expect from it. Like I'm just looking at my parts, but I'm just still like, I need to be surprised about this.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah.
How about you, Sydney?
I think for me, I love exploring Nicole and just her being a child that had to grow up way too fast, and her child self now interacting with a world that has grown older than her. And there's some stuff with adult Sally and Cashlin that I'm really excited about, that scene, just their interaction where there's just this huge gap of experience, yet they both have the same experiences. It's just, I love how Nicole has been crafted to reflect that innocence being taken away too fast.
So before I turn it over to the audience, was there any advice you all would like to give for anyone who would like to make an audio drama of their own?
Yeah. Do it. It's not easy. It's time consuming a lot of times, but like it's fun. I get to work with so many people that are amazing at their jobs, and it's like, this has been like one of the most positive experiences of my life, and I do not say that lightly. This is an extremely personal project to me, and I'm super glad that it's turning out the way it is.
Yeah, I have to say, same with the things I wrote, like My Way Home, My Home Away from Home, and The Secret Food Stash. Yeah, those were the fun. Been fun writing and working with the crew. It's great to have these. It's great to have contacts with people being a part of. Okay, yeah, I'm done.
The peanut dances, though.
Yeah.
Give a medal to whoever came up with that. I love that.
How about to the VAs? Were there any advice you all would like to give to anyone that would like to do an audio drama of their own?
I would say don't be afraid to start. Like, starting is intimidating, for sure, but there's also like a lot of like amazing projects that get pushed to a indefinite back burner, because, you know, people are afraid to put their foot in the door. You're always going to get people who reject it, but at the end of the day, you're doing it for you and the people who enjoy it. So, never be afraid to start.
Great words of advice there, Anjo. How about you, Doom?
I'm not good with advice, are you sure?
How about you, Sydney?
vocal safety. Use vocal safety all the time.
Yeah, definitely.
Vocal
Yeah, for
safety.
One tip I learned, and I guess in regards to sound design, is always have ambiance. That will set you apart. Always have ambiance in the background.
How about you, Cashlin?
Always goes back to the more like technical preparatory stuff. It's like try to have your scripts prepared ahead of time. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't rush. Don't look for like voice actors before you have anything done. Which they had. They had all the scripts ready, or they were going to soon be ready. So I had higher confidence as well that the project would get done. It would be really high quality.
Oh yeah, that is a turnoff for a lot of voice actors if you don't have any work to show.
Yeah, always have your scripts ready.
I will also come out and say that while the part 1 script was ready, the part 3 script was rewritten several times in the middle of production. So yeah, if you're
Is
gonna
that why it took long?
I wouldn't say so. No. The production hiatus was mostly because one of my VAs was sick and another one was like on a work trip, I believe. So that was a happy accident that I could use as an excuse. But yeah, definitely get your scripts all done, get your ducks in a row.
That explains.
Alrighty, so let's turn it over to the audience. And I know someone was asking if this is a general Q&A, and I asked that please keep your questions relevant about the project itself. Like, no, like, oh, what's your favorite character, a game, all that stuff. No, that's not a general Q&A like that. So, Noah, would you like to call up the first person?
Okay, let's see. I'll go with good old Groovy Jake.
Hello.
Hiya.
Hello there.
Hey, how's it going, dude?
Hey, Jesus. Hello. First of all, just wanted to say, absolutely amazing project you guys have here. I still need to listen to part 2. I've listened to part 1, and I gotta say, the voice actors, all the voice actors have been great. I know I don't know if I've heard Cashlin in part 1, but I know her from other projects, and she's great, so I'm guessing she's great in part 2 as well. And also, the voice actors for Nicole. The scream in part 1, that was genuinely one of the best examples of voice acting I've seen, fan or otherwise. It was great.
Thank you. That means a lot.
And I actually had 2 questions, if that's okay. Nothing too much. I was just gonna say, one was for Noah.
Let's keep it to 1, and then feel free to raise your hand
Yeah,
again.
we'll have a round 2 for you, Jake.
Right.
If that's
So what's
okay.
your first question?
I guess I'll go to the voice actors. How do you guys develop the voices for the characters? How do you develop a certain voice for certain characters? I know with I know that.
Oh, they're short.
Yeah. Sortie, come on in, Sortie.
You're free to jump in.
Sortie.
Oh yes.
We were just talking about you.
Yeah, our Robotnik VA is here. Yay!
Hey.
I just jumped in and I don't have my mic with me.
Oh,
no, that's okay.
It's okay. Anyway, sorry to interrupt you there, Jake. What was your question again?
Oh, it's fine. I was gonna ask for the voice actors actually. What is it like developing the voices for these characters? Because I know for Nicole, that's a character that doesn't have a canonical voice aside from at least she does, but only the computer part,
Nicole.
And even then, you could tell that there are going to be some differences. What's it like for developing a voice for the character, whether trying to mimic the canon voice or come up with your own? Because I especially am very curious about the young Nicole voice. Again, all the voice actors are great. I think you all did a great job.
Oh, that's a good question. Well, why don't we start with you, Sydney, since I know he was asking in particular about Nicole, but I'll go to the other VAs afterward.
Yeah, sorry.
Thank you. So, usually with child characters, I try to judge what their age is, because in different stages of childhood, you have different sounds developed. And judging when I was going through the script, Nicole, she's learning fractions. She's very observant. She's kind of the lady of the household, you could say, with her parents kind of being out of commission. So I was like, okay, she's a little bit older, and so I was like, okay, how do I when I'm looking for I'll usually start looking for references. So I actually looked at Tara Strong, and to see how she portrayed young girls. And I actually got my reference for Nicole was I don't know her name, Melody from The Little Mermaid 2. And
Oh, cool.
yeah, so I base a lot of it on that. So that's where I start, especially with child characters, is judging where their age is, and then I go from there.
Interesting.
That's a very interesting answer. How about you, Anjo?
Specifically for this project, for Nicole, I attempted to mimic the Sad AM Nicole as best I could, but I also, whenever I'm playing certain games with friends, I found that I have a very similar voice to an announcer that in one of the games I play. So I kind of mixed a little bit of that announcer in with the Nicole for Sad AM.
Interesting.
How about you, Doom?
Was Young Sally in Sad AM or something?
She was.
Actually, she was in one episode. She was in one episode, and there was a voice for her.
To be honest, I wasn't really looking at the scenes where she's in. I'm just all like, well, I'm voicing a younger version of Sally. I just have to imagine what she sounds like without even looking at a reference. So I just like came up with the voice, and then there I am.
You pretty much winged it.
Yeah, I just
job.
wing it.
You were amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, great performance.
Thank you.
How about you, Storty?
What was the question again?
How do you develop the voices for the character you play? Like, in your case, Robotnik, because I know that it takes inspiration from the show, of course. But I'm curious if you also mix anything else in there as well.
Oh yeah, I took a lot of inspiration from the show. I pretty much I was honestly a bit nervous when I was auditioning for him at the time, because I remember auditioning for something else, and I was my voice was kind of it's hard to explain, but a lot of everyone else was kind of doing better than me, and I just, because I didn't have much of the confidence. But as soon as I watched a few episodes, and even just scenes that he was in, I just kind of developed the voice a bit more. And also the voice actor Jim Cummings is one of my top influences when it comes to voice acting.
Come here.
Yeah, Jim Cummings is amazing.
And his performance as Sad AM Robotnik is one of my top favorites of him. But my favorite performance of him is still Don Carnage from Tailspin and Darkwing Duck. But
heck yeah.
But he totally nails it as Robotnik. This is my favorite take of Robotnik, and it's the Robotnik voice I have the most easiest time doing as well.
Yeah. That AM Robotnik's my favorite version of the character too. I like all of them, but he's just a personal favorite. I mean, I'm biased, but yeah.
How about you, Cashlin?
Well, it's I'm very much about the attempting to imitate if they have a canon voice. So for me, it's just practicing that voice a lot while also studying the character generally. So with Sally, obviously you go look her up in comics, you go see what she does, you read about her, you watch Sad AM. But then also it's a per script per script or per story thing, and you study the scripts, because in a script the character may be written a little differently, so then that becomes like a blend of what you know of the character and also what is being required for the slant of that character in the script, and then you just do your best with it. So
Noah, you voice Tails, don't you? And Gigi-san.
Yeah, I do. Well, I started voicing Tails like back in like 2016. It took a lot of practice, but I managed to do it. Yeah.
That's really good. That's a really good Tails voice.
Yeah, I kind of started off with Amy Palette, maybe because I liked the 4Kids era at the time, and then I just go with like pretty much my own take of Tails and Sype and playing around with him with his voice and such. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you for your question, Jake. That was a good one. Oh, and feel free to raise
Yeah.
your hand again, and we'll call you back up for the second one when we get
Yeah.
to it.
All right. Oh, I may
Thank
have
you
to
for your
go.
question, Jake.
No problem. I hope you all have a great day.
Yeah, you too.
You too.
You too.
Alrighty. Andrew, would you like to call up the next person?
Let's do. I'm not sure how to pronounce the second half of his name. Doc. I'm not.
All right.
Yeah, just Doc. It's fine.
Yeah, Doc sounds good to me.
Hello, it's an honor to meet you, Garrett, is it?
Oh gosh, thank you. Yeah.
And so first off, to everyone, I know you've heard this from just about everyone, but your work on Polaris is really inspiring, and this takes the cake. I mean, you've worked on a lot of other great projects, so okay.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
and now for my question, I'm gonna try to summarize a lot of questions into one. But what can you what can you describe the general process from start to finish on your project?
Start to finish. Well, obviously, first things first is writing the script. I try to get another eyeball on it before I send it to the VAs. 2 times out of the 3, it's been Noah, because he's my partner in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, once we get the script written, then I send it out to all the VAs. And while all the VAs are recording, I'll look through the script. I'll see, okay, what parts need sound effects, where does it need music, where does it need some sort of ambiance, etc. And then I'll collect all those and pass them on to Noah. Then I'll start collecting the recordings of the VAs, trim them down, select the takes that I want, and then I'll send those to Noah. And once we have everything we all need together, Noah will start stitching it together, and usually I'll tag along with him because I'm very new to content creation. I'm very much a fish out of water here, but
yeah, I like to share my work though around others, so I'm pretty much comfortable with that. And
yeah, it's magic watching him work.
Yeah.
Shoot, I forgot the art. The art is actually the first thing that got done.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I wanted to have some sort of basis for what the tone was going to feel like. Obviously, part 1 was a little misleading because it's the first scene. It doesn't necessarily portray the focus of the story, but for the rest of the parts, I think we got the tone down.
And I think after the audio editing, we had some video editors.
Oh yes, Ben, Great White Studios. He did the video editing for part 1. And Sebastian,
we got
yeah. Sebastian's doing part. He did part 2, and Possibly part 3. If he's not available for part 3, I have a couple other friends I can ask.
If you want, I can help with video credits since I gotten used to making video credits.
Oh, righteous.
Did that answer your question okay, Doc?
It scared me. Okay. Okay. All right. So, script, second pair of eyes, and rewrite script, and then voice actors, then audio engineer, and video editing, and then publish. I think I can remember that. Okay.
In a nutshell, yeah.
Okay. Thank you. This is a lot to take in, especially for little old me. I mean, I'm just a fledgling right now, and but so it's awe-inspiring to know you guys still pull through to get this audio drama reality, especially in this time when we're all like locked in our houses still, and
lost you.
Pardon the cutoff, but we do have some other hands raised. But yeah, thank you for your question, Doc. Anyway, Shorty, would you like to call up the next person?
Sure. Let's bring up Drowsiest Rocket.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Hello.
Well, hello.
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 This mic does work. Welcome to the news. Wait, hold on, wrong channel. Ah, there we are. Sorry, I just want to do a little joke here. So, it's nice seeing you guys here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you too.
Nice to see you.
So
Hey, you as well.
Hey, yeah, welcome. So, what's your question?
My question to Geeky Sonic. What inspired you to make the series, and when did you thought of the series?
What inspired? Well, about a year ago, I read Ben Hurst's notes for a season 3/movie of Sat AM, and I really enjoyed them. I'm a huge Sat AM fan, and obviously I'm bummed that the story was never concluded. But I just love Nicole as a character. So the fact that Nicole has such a central focus in those notes, that she's such an important character, I was like, okay, I have to tell the story.
Oh.
Yeah, so my little adventure probably began about half a year ago when I first wrote the fan fiction. It was just earlier this year when we actually started producing the audio drama version.
Did that answer your question okay there, Rocket?
Yeah, actually, I understand.
Thank you for your question.
No problem.
Oh, I just want to let you know, Rocket, thank you for voicing along for part 2.
Oh yeah, he was Marco.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Sydney, would you like to call the next person?
Sure. Let's do Sally Acorn.
All right.
Why, hello, everyone.
Why,
Hey,
hello.
Hello.
Oh, I was gonna make someone's gonna make a reference of Star Wars saying, hello there. Oh, well. Oh, first off, it's an honor to meet you, Geeky Sonic. I saw your video of an audio drama of Sonic Polaris, and I gotta say, the part 1, and oh my god, it was awe-inspiring to me.
I'm glad you like it.
Alright, so I have a question for all of you. How did you guys meet before you start doing your first ever audio drama of Sonic Polaris?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I think you should answer Garrett first.
Okay, I'm gonna go one by one, and anyone feel free to jump in and correct me because I do not have the best memory. Noah is a good friend of mine. I met him in 2016 when I auditioned for a voice acting group he was a part of, and I believe
Oh
I voiced
yeah.
for I voiced Sonic.exe and occasionally Vector and Knuckles, I believe.
Oh wait, no, that was 2018.
Oh wow, okay. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that was
First correction already.
2018.
Okay. Sydney. I believe we met when we were working on a in-universe podcast made by a fellow named Shawnimations. I voiced Chip, and I think you voiced
Yes.
Law or Call.
Yes.
I feel like you voiced a dead person.
I voiced Cosmo in that, and you are an amazing Chip.
Oh, thank you.
Oh wow, I hear it now.
That was pretty good.
I'm just now hearing this.
Fantastic.
No.
Absolutely amazing.
Doom, Cashlin, and Sword T. Don't remember exactly when, but I know we must have met through Noah. That is the only explanation I can come up with.
I don't remember, honestly, if it was through Noah or not. I know that I think I first remembered or saw you or something in the Sega Girl 101 server last year at some
Oh
point.
yeah, you were also in that server.
I'm still in that server.
Didn't you play Silver?
At one point, I believe I did. Yes.
I think I either remember meeting you either through Twitter or one of the other Sonic Project servers. I forgot which one it was.
Rogers. And Anjo, we actually met through this when she auditioned.
Yep.
Nice. He said that's why you all started the Sonic Polaris project.
All right. I guess it will be my turn. I first met Garrett, of course, what he said, for Great White Studios' projects. So yeah, that's how we got to know each other, and we've become close friends and such. Let's see, Anjo. I think we met. I actually do remember you voice acting around YouTube, and then we got to know each other from our German dubs. Am I right, Anjo? Oh,
Anjo?
Anjo, you there?
Let me try something real quick.
To Anjo, do you read me?
Kevin, is it a good time to say the line that I made?
Maybe not. I'm trying to just trick work.
I think Anjo might have disconnected.
Uh-oh.
Let's see if this works. No? Did he step away? Okay. I thought maybe it was just an audio issue, and sometimes moving into the audience and then moving back up works. But while we're waiting, what were you about to say there? I think it was Noah who was talking.
It was Noah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So while we're waiting on Anjo, what were you saying, Noah?
I'll come back with Anjo.
Apologies, I had to step away to use the bathroom.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Noah.
Okay, so how I met Anjo, I do remember her voice actor on YouTube from Pi Animations, and I think when I started meeting her was from her German dubs. Is that right,
Yeah.
Anjo?
Yeah, it was through Adrenaline.
Yeah. Doom. How did I met you, Doom? I think I met you from Wyatt, I believe.
Oh yeah, that was a year ago, maybe.
Yeah. All right. Sortie. Dang, you're awesome. I think I seen your videos from Pokemon, if Pokemon Talks videos, and I think I met you from Cashlin server. I think that's how I know you. I met you from.
Yeah, it was either either Cashlin server or there was another Sonic server we were both in as well.
Which one was it?
I remember that audio drama that Multi-Fandom Fangirl did.
Oh yeah, the Christmas Insanity one.
Yeah, that.
Okay. Let's see. Sydney. How did I met you? Sorry if I don't remember.
too. I think we all just kind of all are in different projects all together at the same time.
Yeah.
We probably have. Cashlin, I think I met you from Blue Studios content, like what he does for the Gmod stuff, and I know you voiced Rouge for it. Yeah.
Can't remember anymore.
Yeah, I remember, you were there, and Andrew were in that project.
I remember where I met Andrew, of course. I'm talking about Andrew HVA, but he's not here. But like most of the VAs here, I've just been around a lot now, and y'all are great. So
Yeah.
No, you're great.
Thanks.
No, you're great. All of you guys are fantastic.
Except Praise.
That's awesome. That is awesome. What about you, my friend,
All right.
Doom?
All right, voice actors, it's your turn.
Oh, never mind.
Wait, what?
I was gonna say, my friend, Doom, the meme queen. What about yours?
How I what?
How did you met them for the the project Sonic Polaris?
Well, I think I met like both. I think I knew both Noah and Cashlin through like a comic dub. I was like in with a friend of mine, and I'm just so like, oh gosh, I was bad at this, and I think that's how I knew them. GhostAnjo, I mean, like, I did meet her in a VC like somewhere. Sortie, I honestly I have no idea how I met them. I'm just all like.
I think we also might have met through Twitter or maybe Cashlin server. It was either one of them.
I'm not in Cashlin server.
Oh, okay then.
German dubs?
I guess just through Twitter. I guess.
Okay, yeah, Twitter.
Yeah. Sydney, I guess they're here actually.
I think so. I think that's when we started really working together, which has been awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember that you Doom as Amy, and I believe Sydney as Tails for the last panel from last year that you did the Ask the Sonic characters when I was there for the first time.
I have no idea what I was doing.
So we do have other hands raised, but I thank you for your question there, Sally.
Yes, I apologize to hold up everybody. Yeah, but before I go, Geeky Sonic, I love your profile picture of Sally wearing a Sonic the Hedgehog movie shirt.
Oh, thank you.
Alrighty, so before we call up the next person from the audience, there was a text question, and it is okay. The prankster asked for everyone, what was your favorite scene to voice act?
In Polaris?
Yes, in the project.
Who should start?
Well, we can start with you, Noah.
I only have one line. But yeah, it was a fun. It was a fun one line.
How about you, Andrew?
My favorite part to voice act was when computer Nicole snapped at Sonic after he asked, why don't you tell Sally about all this? I'm sure she would understand. And Nicole snapped back with, absolutely not! Kind of.
Oh yeah.
That was awesome.
Yes.
I remember seeing the progress where Noah was editing that. Like when I heard you say that, I'm just like, ah! Oh.
How about you, Doom?
I guess like how other people say, like the moment where Sally threw like computer Nicole or something. Like the funny thing that I was doing was that like I was just airing out like how I'm supposed to like yeet. I have a unique way of voice acting. Just mime it out.
How about you, Sword?
For Robotnik, I would say that part where he's plotting with Snively, and also following the part where he lets out this maniacal laughter, and basically tortures Nicole at this part. But I was just like blown away by City's performance. I felt sorry for Nicole there.
Thank you. I couldn't have done it without you.
Thanks so much.
I would definitely say the torture scene. That was one of the most rewarding. I would say that's one of my favorite and rewarding parts of the script. Also, shout out to Geeky Sonic. The monologues and everything was scripted was so well written. It's so beautifully done.
Well, thank you.
It was so much fun to act and to go off of that. It was just awesome.
Yeah, you made that scene just sound so real. It was like
a quick follow up to that.
Thank you.
Nicole's monologue in part 2. Sydney did 3 takes of it, and I felt so bad that I couldn't choose all 3 because they all go so hard, and I was like,
yeah,
no, don't make me axe them, please.
You all are the best. It's such good writing. Such good writing.
Thank you.
Was that Kermit?
Did you have a particular scene, Sydney, or did you want it to come back to you?
Oh, sorry. I said the torture scene.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry.
You're good. You're fine.
How about you, Cashlin?
I think it actually, I can't remember which episode I was in, but it was when Sally was talking and Sonic was completely tuning her out. So all you heard was her going, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And she goes,
I had fun.
Did you get that?
Had fun. The blah, blah, blahs were funny, Cashlin.
Yeah, that was fun.
Alrighty. So thank you for that question there, Prankster. Catherine, would you like to call up the last person that has their hand raised? Oh, and then we can go, and then Ultimate had the question afterwards. I know Jake had another question, but I have to take you last. Yeah. We'll call up the person that had their hand raised.
Come on up.
My Discord wasn't working. Sorry.
Jake's back. Hey, right.
Hello. Okay, let me try to say this. Hello, Yoshi Sales 13, Doom the Meme Queen, Sorty, A Blue Moon 88, Cashlin Snow, Geeky Sonic, and GhostAnjo. It is nice to see all of you. I cannot breathe.
Hello.
Just say hello.
Hello.
Just say nice to see you, everyone. That would have been more
you're looking for.
Doom, I want to be specific. I don't want to leave anyone out. I want to be nice here, you know. But anyway, first of all, before I get started, Geeky Sonic, I just want to say it is good to see you again. How have you been?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good as well. And GhostAnjo, it is nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay, now time for my question. Geeky Sonic, I can't talk.
Take your time.
And this is what happens when you have a stutter problem. How long does this usually take you to get these parts done? Since you did say they were extremely time consuming. time consuming.
Calm down.
Oh.
Sorry.
That's all right. About a few months between each. It hasn't been more than 3 so far. We're really hoping to get part 3 out by September. Just waiting on a couple more VAs to finish up, and other than that, we have all the sound effects, got all the music. We're ready to crank it out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, after this panel, I'll go ahead and check out the audio drama, and I wish good luck on all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of you. Yes.
Oh, thank you.
There's more people. There was more people.
Yeah, more people. All right, you said Ultimate had a question.
So Ultimate had a question, and then we'll go to Jake.
Okay. Hey, Ultimate.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi. Hi. Hi.
Oh no.
Oh yes. You can never escape me. All right, I don't know if this question's been answered because I've missed like half the panel.
That's all right.
Figures. Get out of here.
All right, fine.
No, Michael
Oh my
Joseph.
God.
Don't say my real name. Don't say my real
Michael
name.
Joseph
Don't
Hornstein.
say it, gosh.
All right.
She has that power. Dang it. Okay. So again, I don't know if this question's been answered. But could you remind me who created this audio dramas? Geeky Sonic and Noah, weren't you one of the creators as well, or did I miss that?
Geeky Sonic's the main one, and I help out with audio editing.
Okay. So Geeky, what inspired you to make a somewhat of a continuation of the Sat AM show? Because from my understanding, the show was canceled after the 2nd season. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So what inspired you to make a fan continuation of that? Like your own take of like maybe like a 3rd season or something.
Well, I've already talked a little bit about how I read Ben Hurst's notes, but going a little deeper, Sat AM is just my favorite interpretation of the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. I first watched the cartoon when I was 15, I believe, and I've been in love with it ever since. So any opportunity I have to get more eyes on, these characters, these stories, jump on them.
How much research did you pour into this? If you don't mind me asking.
Interesting that you bring that up. I'm normally not the kind of person that researches anything, but going into this, I rewatched the entire show. I read as many comics as I feasibly could. And for part 2 specifically, what's the point of flowers? That was, I wanted this to feel like serious, but not angsty, So I did a lot of research on like writing. Like I did take a creative writing class, and I was mainly interested in conveying the. I don't even know. Man, I just wanted to make sure I was telling a good story. You know what I'm saying?
I could see like all the gears in his head just working as he tries to figure out an answer.
Oh, they're falling out, I assure you.
Hey, I'm the same thing.
All right. Well, thank you for answering my question. That's very enlightening.
Of course.
Thank you for your question, Ultimate. All right, Jake, I know you had a second question, so come on up. Hey, welcome back.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Hey. Yep. So, what was your other question?
First of all, sorry about any extra noise. I'm kind of on my afternoon walk.
It's okay.
Okay, I was going to ask, I've been gone for a little bit, so has Noah already answered the question of, like, how he, like, puts together episodes in, like, terms of editing?
Oh, okay, yeah, you hadn't answered that one. So So yeah, I pretty much audio edited through Sony Vegas, and I have Geeky Sonic to keep me company because I like to share my stuff. I like showing progress and such how I'm doing. Well, let's see. The first part, how long did it took me that? I would say I guess it kind of took separate days because it kind of depends because of Kiki's at work or something.
Yeah. It was
And
like
as for part, oh sorry,
I was just gonna say part 1 took like 4 or 5 days spread across like 3 weeks because of my schedule.
I wasn't
And
saying
as
like
for-
how. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say
And as
I
for-
wasn't saying. Oh, sorry.
It's okay. And as for part 2, it took like 2 to 3 days.
All right. I actually asked like, what's it like? How is it normally put together? But that's fine. Sorry.
Yeah,
Like I meant
let's see.
editing wise.
I had to put a lot of tracks around while editing Sony Vegas. Pretty much adjust the volume with the stuff, even the music.
All right.
And we just re-listened to the scenes until we got it down. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. I had another, but it's fine for now. You can go on to someone else. Thanks again.
Okay. So thank you for your question, Jake. All right. Geeky Johnny, would you like to call the next person?
I don't know how to do that. Sorry.
Click on the hand with the number next to it, and then click on the microphone next to their name.
Yeah, shows requests.
Oh no!
Oh no,
Garrett
Garrett
went out by
accident.
He must have
Back,
gotten so
Garrett.
confused he just yeeted.
Okay, does someone else just want to invite Dino Kaiju because he's had his hand up? They've had their hand up for a while.
All right.
It's all good. It's all good.
I'm sorry, but that was hilarious. I'm sorry. Hey, mistakes happen. Mistakes happen.
I know.
Anyway, hi, hello.
Hi, welcome.
Sonic Polaris. How's everyone doing today?
Well, I was swell.
I'm gonna be on the highlights lists of Sonic Revolution 2022. No, okay. All seriousness. Okay, so right before the all seriousness now. Right before the panel started, I actually did start hearing the audio drama. I finished part 1, and all I gotta say right now, it was really great. You guys did an amazing job of what you could do, especially trying to follow the notes of following a new story especially for a character like Nicole and all that. So yeah, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. So actually, I'm quite curious about this question. Was there a particular reason as to why you decide to tell this story as an audio drama? Is it because it's a lot easier to do, or is it kind of like inspired by other Sonic audio dramas, like for example something like Sonic and Tails R?
Interesting question. I wouldn't say that I picked it because it was the easiest to do. It certainly was the easiest for me. I really, in my dream world, I'd make this into an animation, but I do not have the money for that, and I can't animate myself.
And as a certain episode of Kirby Right Back at You would say, animation takes a lot of time and a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
And also, I'm assuming it's also a bit easier to edit because, with the voice lines and the music, you can compile that all together. Because I do editing and all that, and yeah, having like footage might be a little bit difficult. So with audio, I'm assuming it would be a more simpler format. So I'm assuming that could be the reason why you decide to go for audio drama.
Yep, that's fine.
I felt it was a relatively straightforward way of telling the story because, I mean, what else am I gonna do? I suppose the next step down from an animation would be a comic dub. I'm not gonna sit here and take 10 years to draw out the whole thing either.
Yeah, I can understand that. But I think that pretty much answers my question. And yeah, thank you for the answer. And best of luck with part 3.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your question there, Dino Kaiju. That was a good one. All right, Noah, would you like to call up Sean?
All right. Hey, Jay, it's been a while. How you been?
There we go. All right. Hello there.
Hey, it's been a while, man. How you been?
Nothing much. Just give me a sec because this is my first panel accepted. So I just wanted to, but the Polaris panel, I had to be here for my boy Geeky and for Noah and everybody here because you guys know I'm real supportive.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you for coming. So, what's your question about Sonic Polaris? I can speak, right?
Before that, though, I have to at least I got to give Kiki his credit because Polaris is a really good comic drama, auto drama. Like, I've been addicted to it ever since part 1. And I just want to say, and no matter what you do, I'm gonna watch it automatically day one. No one knows this too. I'm real supportive, and everyone here, even like I don't know, GhostAnjo or Blur, Doom. I've seen some of your stuff, so I'll give you your kudos too. Cashlin for sure too, sir. But I just want to give you guys your flowers. But by the way, got flowers out the way. But you know, since you see the success of all this, right? What person you would like to do next as an auto drama?
What would I do next? Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you asked that actually, because oh no, I've got another one planned.
Ooh, exciting.
Ooh.
I do have a side one in the works. It's like a little mini bite-sized audio drama between Sally and Shadow the Hedgehog. But that's not the main focus. The main one I have in mind is an audio drama based on another story that I wrote called Fallout Mobius, which is obviously a Fallout and Sonic the Hedgehog crossover. But that's a long way off. I realized that the story left a lot to be desired, so I'm doing that another whole rework before I start working on that one.
Nice. Yeah, that's other than that though, I just wanted to at least give you guys your credit because it's been 2 years since I met you guys, and I just wanted to give you your flowers.
Oh, I appreciate you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for that question there, Sean. Andrew, why don't you call up Rockstar because he had his hand up first, and then Doom can call up Jake.
Who am I calling up?
Rockstar. He had his hand up first.
Give me a sec. There we go.
There you go. There you go. You got it.
Hey, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, a question for my buddy Noah. I'm quite curious.
What's up?
How long does it take you for you to audio edit everything? I can't talk.
Could you repeat that again? I'm sorry.
You're fine. How long does it take you to audio edit everything?
Oh, well, I already answered this before. For part 1, it took like 4 to 5 days, and for part 2, it took like 2 to 3 days.
I did not know you already answered this. I'm sorry. I was not listening.
No, it's okay. I don't mind answering again.
All right. Well, thanks for answering my question. See you guys around.
All right. See you, Rock.
All right. Thank you for your question there, Rockstar. Doom, what would you call up Jake, please? Because he had a third question.
Sure thing.
All right.
Hey, welcome back.
Hi.
Hey, so what was your third question, Jake?
My third question is, how did you all get involved with Sonic Polaris? Like, how did all? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah. My question is, how did you guys all get involved with Sonic Polaris?
Oh, it's just for the crew?
Yeah. I got to.
The crew,
it's
the
for
voice actors, everyone. Yeah.
Oh, it's for everyone. Okay. Well,
I guess like Geeky, because I mean he created it, so that's how. But I'm curious. How.
We can start with Geeky and Noah, and then we can go to the VAs.
Cool.
I don't know how I can answer without answering for everyone, but obviously when I came up with the idea, I first went to Noah and I was like, "Hey, there's no way I can do this on my own. Want to work with this on me?" He was like, "Absolutely, man."
Yeah, that's pretty much how I answer it. Pretty much, Garrett hooked me up, and yep, I was up for audio editing. It's kind of nice to do more audio editing skills. So, since I done comic dubs, so yeah, why not doing this?
Go ahead, Andrew.
I believe it was Sydney had it posted on their Twitter, like shared, and I just auditioned. That was basically it.
Cool.
How about you, Doom?
Well, from what I remember, Garrett actually DM'd me going all like, I'm looking for a young Sally. I just wonder if you can do it. I'm just all like, I'm able to do young girl voices, and like I think at first he wanted me to give him an example, but like before I could do it, he just sent me the script right away.
Oh yeah, I remember that also. Oh my gosh.
That's funny.
You're hired.
I did have a reason for messaging Doom though, because I felt like initially there were quite a few eyes on my casting call, but several characters received no auditions, and one of them was young Sally. So I was like, oh.
You're like, hey, you want to do this? Cool, you're hired.
Yep. Boom.
That's funny.
How about how about you, Jordan?
It was either I either saw the post from Garrett or or either that or Noah or Sydney retweeted it. And as soon as I saw Robotnik being opened, I was like, I gotta try this. But I was also hoping for the role of King Acorn as well. But I got the role of Robotnik, and I was so satisfied I got it. And I think this was the first time. Well, I feel like I've worked with Garrett before Polaris, but probably one of Noah's videos, I guess. I don't remember, but
I think you might have worked with Garrett in my videos before.
I think it was one of those. I think it was one of those chaotic comic dubs where I voiced Espio. I think.
Hold on. Yeah, probably.
Sounds right.
But I was excited, yes, yet kind of overwhelmed when I was trying out for Robotnik, and well, nowadays I'm more comfortable doing his voice. And speaking of, I actually recently did a video where I was where I did the Sad AM Robotnik voice, but it was dubbing over a scene from a recent IDW comic.
I saw that. It was great.
Yeah, I did too. You were excellent in that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Genuinely fantastic.
Go ahead, Sydney.
I think this project for me was a good lesson to relearn that when you audition, you always audition even if. Okay, let me start over. This is much more eloquent
Oh,
in my head.
oh,
You
I
know.
think his question was how did you get involved in the project?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
like
So, this was a lesson for me in voice acting is that always audition, even and you might be surprised at what you get. And for me, this was the case. I think if I remember right, I actually originally auditioned for Bunny, and Geeky messaged me after and said, "Hey, would you be willing to do young Nicole?" And I said, "Sure." And I loved it. It's just been an awesome experience.
Yeah,
really cool.
Sydney was one of a few VAs that I had to shuffle around because this was surprising, but Bunny actually had the most auditions out of all the characters. I expected Sonic
Really?
or Sally would have the most auditions, but no, Bunny had like 7 or 8, and I was like, uh-oh.
Wait, for real?
Yeah. Meanwhile, Nicole had like 1 audition, and young Sally 0 auditions.
Surprising.
I know the feeling though.
Go ahead, Cashlin.
You know, honestly, Garrett, I can't remember. I can't remember if I saw a casting call or if someone pinged me in something or if you messaged me. Do you remember?
I
gosh.
believe you messaged. No, you
Did
had
I
to have
message
seen.
you?
had to have seen the casting call because you commented first that you said something along the lines of, "Hey, I'll send you a sample reel later," and I was like, "Okay," and then you messaged me.
Okay, I'm sorry I don't remember. I just, like, my brain nowadays, like, auditions tend to blend together. Like, I couldn't even remember if someone had pinged me or messaged me about the Toon Site auditions, and when I got a role in that, someone was like, "Oh, you got casted," and I literally was like, I don't remember what this is until I looked it up again. So bad.
Oh,
So,
I almost forgot
sorry.
one more thing. I think from after 2 parts, I think Garrett also hooked me up to voice Taylor, so yay! I got to voice for the audio drama.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Did I answer everything okay, Jay?
Yeah, that answered perfectly. That was great. Thank you guys so much. This is my last question, so yeah, I'll probably head out now. But
Yeah, thank you for your
Yeah.
questions, Jay.
Yeah, thank you for your question, Jay.
Thank you.
no problem. I like learning about projects and such. Again, I'm writing a book on this. So why not?
Mm.
Alrighty, Rockstar, you had another question. Come on up.
Oh my god, I almost forgot what my question was, but thankfully I remembered. Oh god,
Oh.
Oh god, I was so scared. I was so scared. I was going to be like, ah, crap, I screwed up. Anyway.
All right, what is question number 3?
Question number 3 is this is the question going at to everyone of the project. My bad. Let's say which scene of the audio drama got you the most emotional? If I said that correctly.
Oh.
Yeah, but this is to everyone.
That's a good question.
Say it again.
Which scene of the audio drama got you the most? Got you the most emotional? If I said that correctly.
What? Okay, I think his question was what part of the audio drama made you the most emotional?
Yes, that. Thank you.
Okay. Why don't we start with you, Geeky Sonic?
Well, there's a lot of standout moments, I think, because I have such an amazing cast that really makes my story worth listening to. But
get in the book. Oh, sorry, talk to myself.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Sorry, I'll mute. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I already mentioned it, but I feel like the most emotional part is upcoming in part 3. It's a scene Sally has with Bunny where she's revealing these insecurities that she has, and she's unloading this grief that she hasn't been able to process because she's been fighting a war for most of her life. And Cashlin nailed it. That's all I'll say about that.
Okay. Go ahead, Noah. I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
No, you're fine. Let's see. Well, I know Nicole's dialogue from the audio we listened to earlier, but the other scene I really find emotional was the scene at part 2 where young Sally and Nicole were talking about Nicole's father being sick and such, and that was a wholesome moment. Doom and Sydney did an excellent job in that. I really loved it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Anjo.
For me, it was the torture scene. That was definitely the most emotional. It hit pretty hard.
Okay. Doom.
My tongue burns now, anyway. So, so a scene that got me emotionally. I mean, like, I did say this before, the torture scene, but I gotta say, like, the thing that also got me emotionally was, like, somewhere, like, around where Nicole was, like, figuring out what happened to her somehow. Maybe the moment where she was just all like, wait, where are my eyes? I feel like I felt like how she said it just got me emotionally. But just saying it like how I'm talking about it, it just makes me want to laugh.
Okay, a sword.
Well, the torture scene and Onward, I would say got me the most emotional, especially at the part where it just sounded like Nicole was all alone in the middle of nowhere, and it sounded like she was asking for help for a long time, and I felt, and I just felt that like emotional feeling in there, like she was calling for help or something. And I think I thought for a second Sydney might have improvised like if like she was calling out for her mother or something. I think that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I kind of heard that.
Okay, Sydney.
For me, the most emotional scenes to perform was the torture scene, and then the monologue after that, and the monologue in the second part that we listened to earlier. Those were the most emotional scenes for me to perform.
I'm gonna have to listen to this torture scene. I'm gonna have to listen to the torture scene after that. Sorry, I'm just a little embarrassed for what I just randomly said earlier. I apologize for that.
No, you're
It's okay.
It's all right.
All right, and last but not least, Cash, what scene got you emotional?
Gosh. I think it was that scene which we played earlier with Nicole, when she was both, like robotic voice, and then in her head she was like freaking out because it was such a contrast. When I listened to that, I was like, oh gosh, because for a lot of us, I'm sure that was very relatable too, that on the outside we're all collected, but inside we're freaking out about something. And I just thought, listening to the contrast going on, how well this scene was done, just really got to me.
Yeah, that was the scene that got to me. It wasn't really coming out, but that was like one of the parts that just really got to an emotional feel to myself.
Yeah.
I am literally watching this audio drama right now. I'm just at the very beginning.
I hope you enjoy it, Rock.
I will. Thanks for answering my question.
Alrighty. Give me.
Can someone move me back down?
Yeah. Just switching windows. Ultimate had another question. Come on up, Ultimate.
Okay, cool.
Okay, good. No one said a word. Okay, got it.
Welcome back, boy.
Darn it.
What's your second question?
Production wise, what is your favorite part of working on the Sonic Polaris audio dramas?
Well, for me, I'm sorry. Was someone say
Go
something?
ahead.
Oh, you first. I'm sorry.
I'm not bad. For me, that's always going to be during the VAs for the first time because I know in my head what I'm picturing, but it's always so wildly different in such a great way. I'm not saying no one's disappointing me here. Y'all are blowing my mind because when I hear what you've done for the first time, I'm like shocked. I'm numbed, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and it's such a chilling experience. I just love it.
Yeah, I actually agree. Like, it's nice to have these kind of connections, like working with VAs.
So the best part is like listening to all these people either do a really great job or embarrass themselves doing stuff.
Wow.
Hey, it happens.
Embarrass ourselves? We are never embarrassed.
I was gonna say something, but I'm not sure.
Joke's on you. I don't need help to embarrass myself.
Hey, man,
Wow.
Joe, I don't need much help to embarrass
This
myself. I do it all the time.
Tell me about it.
I mean, hey, we all have
Teaching about people.
bloopers tapes sometimes.
Boopers.
Myself a lot. But
Alright.
it's some days I embarrass myself, sometimes I don't.
And then there's me who doesn't take my recording seriously, and I'm just all like, pretending I'm a pirate or something. I don't know why. Why did I say that?
Why did you say that?
I
This is what I was talking about earlier. You had just proved my point, Doom. Oh my gosh. Anyways, thank you for answering my question. That's very enlightening, actually.
Yeah.
Of course.
Do you have any comic questions?
Let's check.
I do have to say, just kind of piggybacking off of that last question, I just love, one of my favorite parts is when seeing the final product. Like, as VAs, we don't usually see the final product until it's out. And it's so cool to see all the pieces put together as you're just one little piece of the project.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I agree with this.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
All right. Oh, okay. So there's another hand raised. Doctor has another question.
Okay, question number 4.
Why is my brain filled with questions right now?
Hey, that's okay.
That's an interesting question. I'm sure we can break it down.
Yeah, to ask a question or not ask a question. That is the question. I'm just kidding. All right. All right. Now, Geeky Sonic. Since I overheard you saying you were thinking about changing this to an animation of what type of animation are you thinking about changing it to? Like 2D, 3D? I'm kind of curious.
Oh golly, I'm not actually doing that.
Wait, you're not?
No, I'd love to, but I just can't afford to do it. Although,
that's what he said earlier.
I will say though,
Animation is expensive, unfortunately.
I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Once again, I was not listening. I deeply apologize.
No, that's okay.
I'm so sorry.
I will say though, in an ideal world, I would do 2D animation, like if I had the power to do so, because SatEM initially, I don't know if Jake is still in the audience. I'm not seeing him, but he he probably knows a lot more about this than I do. But the AM show had a what they called the Bluth phase, where they were inspired in concept by on Bluth's animation, and I think I would do something like that if I possessed the capability to do so.
I see. I see. I see. I have a stutter problem. I deeply apologize.
That's okay.
Anyway, thanks for answering my fourth question. I'll see you guys around again.
Oh. Alrighty. Doom, did you want to call up Alice?
Sure.
Hey, Alice.
Hello, or you could just call me Timekeeper Cookie, but everyone prefers to call me Alice.
Because it's shorter and it saves more time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I apologize if this question is bad, but do you guys practice voicing other characters besides the characters you usually voice act?
Do they practice voice acting characters other than the one that they?
Yeah.
I don't think we did any table reads on these, so
it's fine.
So
Are you
I think
talking just like in general, like in our own free time, or collectively as a group?
As a group.
yeah, I don't think we had done table reads for this project.
Yeah, no, I would have liked to have done that. But, my schedule is so wildly messed up that no table reads, no live directing, no none of that. Which is fine because I trust the VAs and they've all done an excellent job.
That's good. Again, my apologies if this question is bad.
Oh, it's not.
No,
Okay.
it's
Good
fine.
question.
No such thing as a dumb question.
Right. I can add a couple things to that. I think it's just very hard to get a decent part of the VAs for any project. For table reads, not because we don't want to do it, but like Geeky said, like our schedules tend to be all over the place. So if you have like 15 VAs, sometimes in some projects, multiple reads get scheduled because as few as like 4 could come to one table read. And then we do fill in other roles during those reads if we have them. But I would say the vast majority of projects that most likely all of us are in, there never are table reads. And I've been in a few where they have tried really hard to insist that almost everybody come to a table read. And what happens in those projects is they don't move forward because we all can't find a time to come to the table read, and then so nothing just gets done. So it's like, expect to have like a third, if you're lucky, like half of your VAs be able to make any given table read, and be a little flexible in that regard. You can also just do one-on-one recording, one-on-one directing, which is what I tend to do, or just have them all self-direct. So just to get progress.
Okay, that makes sense. No one there?
Recorders are the glue to the project.
Oh, alright. Hello?
Oh, we're here. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Anyways, that makes sense.
Okay.
You're great,
All right. What is your fifth question?
My fifth question, Jesus Christ, Geeky Sonic, do you personally have like a favorite part that you wrote in the script of the audio drama? Just you personally that you enjoy writing?
Ollie, I hate sounding like a sadist, but I like writing moments of, like the torture scene of this intense emotional conflict. Not because I like seeing characters go through this. I like seeing characters overcome suffering. In part 3, I feel like it's all gonna wrap up together nicely, but it's a journey to get there. So all of this stuff that happens to Nicole, it's happening to build up to this final moment where, long last, for a minute, everything feels okay.
4 words. You have inspired me. Seriously, you have.
Dear God.
Anyway, you're welcome. Thanks for answering my 5th question. If I have a 6th one, I'll raise my hand again.
Radio.
What? All right. So it looks like we have no further questions. So, is there any last words you'd like to get before we wrap up the panel?
I have to say, this was an honor. You had Geeky Sonic for this panel. I'm glad you had Geeky Sonic for this. This really means so much to him.
Dude, I'm glad. And I just...
And...
Alright, go on.
And... Yeah. I wanna say thank you so much for this panel. This was really fun. And talking with the VAs in this too.
Thanks for having us.
I'd just like to say, yeah, it was great talking with everyone, and it has been a legit super immense honor to work with all of you, because you all are amazing.
Thanks. I'm glad to I'm glad to provide voice work for Sonic Polaris. And also thanks for inviting me to the panel for it.
Yeah, no problem, Sergi.
All right, Sydney and Cashlin.
Thank you so much for this opportunity to be here. It's just incredible. I love behind the scenes panels like this. So thank you all for having me and inviting me here. It's just been such a pleasure and honor to be part of this project and an amazing cast and crew.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you for having us, and thank you so much for allowing me to be part of your project. It's been such a pleasure and such an honor, and I would love to voice for you anytime in the future.
Oh.
Same?
Yeah.
Alrighty, so thank you all very, very much for coming, and thank you everybody in the audience for coming. Please give our panelists a round of applause.
Ooh.
Woo! Yay!
And tomorrow panel is Blaze Book Club. That's tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And that is going to be co-hosted by James, aka Mr. JPEG, and Chris. So we will see you all there. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
See ya!
Bye.
Yeah, eat it!
Bye-bye.